I saw this news item. This is PR Newswire press release. GTCR announces acquisition of Experity. March 1st, 2022, GTCR, a leading private equity firm, announced today that it has acquired a major equity stake in Experity in partnership with founder and CEO Dr. David Stern, who has made a substantial reinvestment in the company. Warburg Pincus, previously the majority investor in Experity, has also retained a minority ownership stake in the company. Experity is based outside Chicago, Illinois, and they provide outsourced teleradiology services to over 5,700 urgent care clinics in the U.S. Warburg Pincus LLC has more than $73 billion in assets under management. The firm's active portfolio of more than 235 companies is highly diversified. Alright, so I did some research on this company, Experity Health and Experity Teleradiology. Yeah, so according to this Bloomberg article from earlier in the year, GTCR was reportedly nearing a deal to buy Experity from Warburg Pincus for about $1.2 billion. And yeah, wow, I found this very interesting, having just gone through this experience. You can see all the details on what happened to me. You can see them on my YouTube channel. It's My Medical Nightmare. And what I can say from my own experiences, I cannot believe that this company is worth $1 billion. Investors out there, the business side, you need to do some due diligence on this company immediately. I'll summarize my issues. Alright, so first of all, if you are a business person and you are not a doctor or medical person, pause this video, pick up your telephone, and call someone that you trust who has the experience to look at these images, please. I had an x-ray that was taken at an urgent care clinic in 2019. This would be American Family Care in Birmingham, Alabama. I felt like my neck was broken. I was told by the clinic that I had no serious injuries. So I got my records, including the images and the radiologist reports. And the doctor that looked at my x-ray, this was Anna Maria Eknik, MD DABR. There's a phone number that appeared below her name. I found out later that I had broken the underside of my skull, a basilar skull bone damage. This area became infected and infested with some kind of parasite or some other issue. I had many scans of this area, CT, MRI, other x-rays. Yeah, if you lay out all the images and you look at them, you will see my issue appears in almost all of them, to varying degrees. And yeah, the wound progressively became worse over time. Alright, so April 1st, I called this phone number below the doctor's name on this radiologist report. And I reached Experity. First of all, dealing with Experity Teleradiology, this company is not professional. One of the main issues that I had was the call agents. And yeah, I found out some of these were like licensed nurses that I was talking to. They would make these obligations that they were going to return my phone calls, sometimes giving date and time. My phone calls were never returned. So yeah, Experity, they're very flaky on this front end that deals with the public. I called April 1st, was told the doctor who misread my x-ray would contact me on Saturday, April 2nd, and this call never came. And then on Tuesday, I called them back. And this time I had a major hassle and runaround. dealing with this nurse, Marjorie Freisler. That's Marjoriefreistler. And yeah, I noticed this looking at some of the people that worked with Experity, of some very unusual names. I spoke with several different people at Experity, and their voices sounded very similar. So, I'll just leave it at that. All right, so they just sold this company for $1 billion. Why does this company, Experity, not put their company title on the radiologist reports, but instead list only a phone number beneath some doctor's name? I did not know as a patient that Experity was involved in the diagnosis of my x-ray until I called this number. Yeah, another thing I found disturbing, especially as a patient that might have been misdiagnosed. When you call them, there's an automated message on their phone system. And I found this very disturbing. Required to report instances of criminal activity or criminal intent. And I thought, wow, is this like how far the medical system in America is declined? Would you have patients seeking treatment by a physician that would turn into a law enforcement or a criminal matter? Speaking with their call agents, I detected traces of social engineering. There were a lot of trick questions. Marjorie Freisler said she was going to call the clinic, that's American Family Care, and facilitate a records transfer. So yeah, Marjorie told me that they needed images. And they apparently had access to records of this x-ray that I had done. But yeah, they needed images. So she had me on the line, and she called this clinic, AFC. She made an introduction for me that I was not privy to. And she told me, before she put me on hold, that she was going to return to the call. But she never came back on the line. I was transferred to this gentleman at AFC, and yeah, you can hear what was discussed. He did not sound like he knew the reason why I was calling. And nurse Marjorie Freisler, she never came back on the phone, so she couldn't explain what was needed. After these issues, I called Experity and tried to speak with management. Management was always busy when I would call and ask to speak to them at that time, like within a few minutes of me making the call. I was told repeatedly, was told on April 5th, I'd get a call on April 6th from the management people. This phone call never came. I had to call back on April 11th. I was told that management could not honor my request to have my x-ray reread. It was misdiagnosed by this doctor who worked with Experity 2019.